Okay, we're going to do a small review on this Remington 700 VTR. This is a chambered in a 308 Winchester. Overall length of the barrel is 26. From the front of the recoil lug to the end of the barrel is 25 and an eighth. It does have a really long step down crown, a triangular barrel. Has a composite stock, all adjustable. The cheek piece moves up and down, so you can adjust it depending on your height of your scope. Has an adjustable butt plate that goes up and down and in and out. That's one real cool feature that I like about it. The stock and the barrel action, I think myself, needs to be bedded. If somebody ends up buying one of these things, it moves a lot, which right now I'll loosen up the action bolts and we're going to go ahead and try it, and I'll show you how much it moves back and forth. The trigger is very, very hard right now. I'll go ahead and show you guys a trigger pull. I think it's somewhere around 6 pounds, 13 ounces or something like that. Overall, it feels really good. Right now we installed a EGW 20 MOA base and some Burris tactical rings. We have a Vortex PST Viper scope on here. We're going to go ahead and probably go down to the range and see what kind of groups we get before we do any adjustments on the trigger, and then after we do adjustments on the trigger. So let me go ahead and take some of these action bolts off, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how this moves back and forth. Okay, here we have the barrel action removed from the stock. The stock does have a aluminum bedding block in it. It does have a huge, pretty big cutout or recess cutout for a recoil lug. But on this barrel action, it drops right in. It has way too much play, at least for me does. It even moves sideways. And this makes it kind of hard for you to hold and retain zero. If your action bolts happen to start coming loose, it's very easy for your scope and action to come loose. There's a lot of recoil here. So I'm also going to show you right now the recessed area. You can see the bedding block, all this area here, but what I was talking about is this recessed area for the cutout for the recoil lug. It's very big, pretty large. I think that's something that can be fixed by doing some kind of two-part epoxy bedding, marine bedding, and there's different kinds of bedding out there, real good ones. So I believe that would help improve the accuracy of the rifle as well. Okay, this rifle comes with one of those X mark triggers. The way you adjust the trigger pull is by this set screw here. You use one of your Allen wrenches. I believe that the rifle comes with one. Go ahead and go counterclockwise towards out. It does lower it a little bit. It's down to 3 pounds, 2.3 ounces. I'm going to try it again. 2 pounds, 15 ounces. So I did drop it down quite a bit. What I'm going to do myself, I'm going to go ahead and polish some of the triggers, some of the stuff that I normally do on some of our custom rifles, and lighten up the trigger a little bit more. Then we're going to go ahead and reassemble the barrel action back onto the stock. Okay, we just did our final adjustments and polishing on our trigger. We're going to go ahead and check the weight on it. It's 2 pounds, 0.07 ounces. £2, 2.9 ounces. What I normally do, and I recommend for people to do, is since its set screw is out farther more than the trigger assembly. I normally like to put some kind of enamel paint. You can use fingernail polish, you can use anything like that, some kind of model paint. And the reason why I normally do that is so that it keeps the set screw from backing out. You really don't want it to back out, and then that would also throw your adjustment off as well. So for safety reasons, if you get a chance, go ahead and put some kind of enamel paint there. Okay, we just shot some test groups out of this Remington 700 VTR. The first target I'm going to show you is going to be, this is a 3-round group that we did before the trigger job. The trigger was extremely heavy. The pull was really hard. So you can see how my groups were kind of opened here. After that we cleaned the board and everything, and we came, and my first shot was here, and then I shot 3 more rounds, and you can see it's a nice little cluster right there. So all we did to this rifle was the trigger job. We didn't do any bedding or anything like that. So you can clearly see that improvement of just doing the trigger job. We are going to try to go back and do a bedding job and see what kind of accuracy we get out of this rifle.